I don't know about you, but whenever the topic of good isekai shows come up, Grimgar is one that almost never comes up on anybody's radar. Whether you have a radar is definitely a topic for another day. This is when you ask, did Grimgar suck? Was it another trashy anime? But the answer to that question is no. Heavens no. It's not just meant for everybody, especially the mainstream crowd. This just brings us to the word isekai, where Wikipedia, which gives us a long definition of a genre of light novels, manga, anime, video games that revolve around a normal person from Earth being displaced, transported to reborn, or otherwise trapped in a parallel universe, fantasy world or visual world, where they must adapt and lore assimilate to this new world, along with its new rules, culture, history, people, and philosophies. Deep breaths, people. Deep breaths. And that, my friends, explains it all. Obviously, as you can tell from this definition, the word, or the meaning of the word, has gone through various transformation bankais, level ups and awakening forms to reach this point, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's found a new level of Super Saiyan. I'm looking at you, Dragon Ball! From my many years of watching this genre of anime, there have been so many ups and downs, ranging from good logical stories to plainly weird, generic fan service BS that makes you wonder how a bunch of grown-up men will put sweat, blood, tears, broken relationships and money into creating some shows. Not that I'm mentioning names here, people. I have reached a personal definition of isekai. To me, it's simply the realization of a dream. A dream most lonely kids have had. To transition to another suitable world where everything is possible, having amazing skills, powers, outfits, sword, villain, friends, and adventures. Growing up as a lonely kid myself, I remember imagining myself with great powers, going on awesome quests, and being surrounded by adoring friends. Now that I think about it, it's just hot babes. Then again, friends, hot babes, you really can't tell the difference when the isekai version of yourself is drunk. So we're just going to say any of the above. Isekai to me is definitely that kind of storytelling medium. So far, I haven't gotten tired of such stories, and I enjoy the ones that are told extremely well. I may not be an expert, professional, scholar, or god in dissecting or analyzing medium. I'm here today to talk about my favorites, Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. It's in the name, it's in the title of the video. It's 2016 and all the superheroes thought the best thing to do is to punch themselves and not criminals. Grimgar came out that same year and oh boy was there competition. Such competitions like My Hero Academia, Mob Psycho, Durararara, Mr. Osamasu, Food Wars, ReZero, Drifters, Bangor, Stray Dogs, Erase. God damn! We can literally end the video here because we are seeing the reason why many people did not even hear of this show. I mean, I haven't even mentioned the best show of that year. Grimgar for a fantasy show was less bombastic in nature. I was not a fan of the two art styles used on the characters and the background at first, but later not only did I love it, I became a big fan of it. The background art looked like some painting that can be hanged in a museum, while the characters look completely out of context by appearing like regular anime characters. After a while, it kind of makes sense to me, because at the end of it all, these characters are not from this world, they are simply foreigners from another world, living, surviving, and thriving in this new world. The art style emphasized all of that. Zest of life, if I may. The painted background, on the other hand, was breathtaking. The anime allowed viewers to enjoy scenery by topping it all off with music as some of the protagonists run errands, hang out, or simply sit back to also enjoy their environment, views, and achievements. Maybe it's the grown-up in me. This is what I'll consider as a relaxing time, just being there, feeling an awe of such magnificent, privileged to be alive, experiencing this event. The feeling of watching a beautiful sunrise as yellow color engulfs the landscape like damn boy. Even watching a sunset is an explosion of colors and mystique, a daily event the world presents. Now many of us ignore or underappreciate. Trust me when I say it's an amazing feeling to just sit back, listening to music as you watch the beginning or the end of any day to give you a new zest for life. This has definitely been one of the few isekais that hit you with a dose of reality. As contradictory as that sounds, the anime made it work. For example, to survive in any isekai world, one has to kill. Yes, we do all the same in video games, grind for XP, coins, in order to progress in vanquishing enemies. One never stops to consider what or whether they can or cannot feel or even have basic emotions. Well, too bad. In Grimgar, your enemies have all of that and more. Every enemy have a will to live and succeed. It puts into perspective the reality of victory. It has to come at a cost, at the loser's expense. In a couple of scenes, we get to see the reaction of our protagonists once they succeeded in killing off a goblin, realizing how much it too wanted to survive. The sounds and the smell of blood and bones from his body when he was stabbed to death. All of this pointed to the fact that this world is not a game. Another reality moment is when the cast realize that they themselves are not immune to death. Death in this world is permanent, no resurrection or reset. Once you are gone because people die when they are killed. Skills in this world are bought and then taught. You have to put up with training to learn any skill you want. Difficulty ranges on how powerful or strong this skill is. And that, my friend, is not an isekai world you should mess with. The last thing I would like to talk about here is the emphasis on emotion and mental health. From the beginning of the show, we see our characters struggle with how weak, unprepared, and amateurish they were as a team, which affected their self-confidence as individuals. The emotional trauma they went through after their first skill, the loss of a party member that almost destroyed them, their grief lasting a long time, and yes, most people never recover. You just got to be strong and live life day by day with the memories of your lost ones engraved in your heart. They had to be there for each other, whether it was the guys or the girls. Everyone's emotions should be considered. No one is born heartless. Yes, someone like Ranta goofs off a lot, and it's easy to forget he too have feelings. That should be considered because obviously his persona is just a face to hide his inner thoughts and feelings. Chihiro, I relate well with, seems so weak, shy, and unsure of herself. A thoughtful eye can tell she went through bullying and went through a massively low self-esteem complex. Thankfully, as the story goes on, we get to see our characters grow and develop, finding confidence in not only themselves but also on their teammates. A closeness that develops which makes one want to do their best to help and protect their friends and family. So in conclusion, the reason why nobody's really talking about this show is because of the simplicity of the show. Sadly, it's 12 episodes, not enough time to dive deeply into the world of Grimgar, which purposely left out massively interesting facts and details. It is the steady slow growth of our protagonists, their experience and development, moving at a sensible speed. No one in their party is special or chosen, just people on a quest to survive and conquer adversaries. The grass is not always greener at the other side. Being alive is suffering, and sometimes that suffering is the only proof of your existence. The show lets you know that grinding is supposed to be hard, whether we like it or not. And sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you're still just going to fail in some things. The show lets you know that when times like that come, the only person that can help you pick yourself up will probably be you and a couple of people who really love you. The show lets you know that you don't have to be the best at something to be good at it. You just have to try, and that's enough. It wants you to know that whatever world you choose to be your own, it's still going to come with tears, but at the same time it's going to come with joy, happiness, the ability to move on and be stronger. I will employ anybody out there to give this anime a chance, and I hope it speaks to you in one way or another. Why else will you watch a isekai anime? Maybe, just maybe, to satisfy your taste for adventure in a world of fantasy far away from a world of ash. If you've watched this video to this point, you are totally awesome. God bless you, and thank you a lot for doing that. Please hit the like button if you actually like the video, and please share the video if you think it's worth sharing, because that's the only way this channel is going to grow. And leave a comment in the comment section. Like, what do you think about isekai anime? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you think they are improving or they are not improving? Do you like isekai that takes its time with you, or you just like bombastic isekai? Anyone, just leave a comment in the comment section, and please subscribe to this channel, because that will really mean a lot if you subscribe to this channel. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Stay dangerous, people.